Hi there. How goes it? Let's see. Am I still? Oh, nope, I'm good. Yep. See if I hurried and got everything set up right. Didn't think of it again. Thanks for the host. Okay. Hopefully everything's set up okay for this. Let's get that a little bigger. Let's get little Zinni in here. Zinni. She can actually hang out. For once. Right, guys? Hey there, Zero. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am very glad to be back. Very glad. Let me see. Here we go. You went to TwitchCon in 2019, huh? How was that? Hi, Simvel. Let's see. How do I open this? I wanted to actually click on your profile. Oh, there we go. Just want to see.
Hello, hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I totally can. Give me 1 second. We'll get ourselves set up and we'll do a nice little intro and stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. I do have a window open if you want to have your camera on this end. It is up to you.
See if I can. Can I?
Maybe?
I realize I won't be able to because I'm streaming too, right?
Yeah. So are you using OBS?
I'm using Streamlabs, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're using Streamlabs, what you could do is go into settings and turn on the Streamlabs virtual camera and then set that as your camera for this. And what it'll do is just make a mirror of what your Streamlabs window looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, so just go into settings. It's under virtual camera, hit start, and then it'll give you that as a virtual camera. And then when you're choosing your camera for Discord, it'll just give you a window, it'll give you a mirror of it. Yeah, so that might work. I've had that work a few times on our end. So try that, and if not, we'll work it out.
Okay, it looks like it did. There we go. That wasn't too bad.
Cool. Let me make sure we're all set. And let's make you a little bigger. And there we go. And then we'll do this a bit. Okay. Oh, it's a pupper.
Oh.
Yep. My
Our
pupper.
pupper's in the other room.
He has to go out soon, so we had to. Their house. Oh.
He's such a cute pupper.
She's my little
Yeah, I
streaming
know.
buddy. Okay.
Wow.
I think we've got everything set here.
Cool, I think we're good. So I'll just do a brief little intro. Let me hide the viewer count. So it's not blocking you. There we go. Hey everyone, as you'll notice, there are 3 of us. We are here with the lovely Annie Atomic. Hi, Annie.
Hi. It is actually Anne, though.
Anne? I don't know. I kept saying Annie. My apologies.
It's no problem.
This whole time.
I just guessed, and yeah, I probably should have asked. My apologies.
I was,
So,
it's intended as a pun, if you think about it a little.
That makes sense.
Fair enough. Okay, well played. So I first off really appreciate you coming on because you've been through kind of a weird whirlwind ride in the last 3-ish weeks.
I have. I mean, I really appreciated you doing a stream on it and everything, bringing some attention to it because I feel like it did need attention.
Well, and I'm not on Twitch, which gives me the ability to yell at Twitch without any fear of any kind of repercussion, which sadly a lot of streamers are on there, so the issue is, right, they have
their
to kind of worry if
livelihoods,
that's gonna
and
come
it's
after them.
yeah.
So, no, Twitch is super weird with its rules. I watch a lot of Vosh occasionally, and like his big issue was being banned off Twitch for the longest time, which of course cut him out of panels, debates, a whole bunch of other stuff, because if you're banned off Twitch, you can't talk to anyone on Twitch. It's weirdly alienating.
It is. I'm not a fan of that rule.
No one should be, because it's a terrible rule. I mean, sure, if someone's on there like wearing the outfit and doing neo-Nazi rhetoric, I suppose I'm down for it in those contexts, but that feels like an extreme.
Yep.
So I guess, why don't you tell, like, my subscribers, like, so what exactly happened? Because I know I've read the story in a couple places now. Obviously, we covered it on stream, but I guess from your own words, what the fuck happened?
Well, in general, from very early on when I started doing this, I got a lot of hate, and it didn't take me long to get, like, my first ban, which was for adult nudity for 3 days, and I couldn't figure out why, and so just like, okay, just gotta try and be extra careful, I guess. I don't know. I started wearing pasties to be safe, and then I got just wearing the same stuff again, got like an inappropriate attire one for 1 day, which, again, no clue. And then not long after that, I got the next adult nudity ban, and then it was indefinite, which is pretty rare for them to do. And after only, most people don't get it after only 3 either. It just, it's something, it was pretty obvious that things were not right there, because I wasn't doing anything different than anyone else was doing.
Yeah, so you were in the situation of, you had done nothing wrong. You even took like actual steps to make sure there wasn't any kind of possibility of a fuck up, and all of a sudden it's like bam bam bam, within a very short amount of time there's these warnings and then suddenly the ban's coming through. I guess the thing I would say is, like you said, almost immediately being on there you started getting harassment. I've seen some of it from the articles. I assume that's like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of it. If I look at the stuff that I get, there's a lot of overlap, certain acronyms, or, you know, graphic descriptions of various things that you do or do not have because they're being assholes and they're copy pasting from fucking 4chan. I guess, how bad did it get at any particular point, I wonder?
Oh, it got pretty bad, especially it got better once I started getting some mods cuz I started doing this. I didn't have any mods, or I had like one mod. He was usually there in my streams. It's like early on, even when I was streaming for 3 people and stuff, and he wasn't like always there though, and so that was all I had, and so it took me a little time to find some reliable people who wanted to mod for me and stuff. So it started getting better once I had that, but at the start it was especially bad because I had no idea what was how to handle all that. I was totally unprepared for the amount of viewers and hate and everything I got very suddenly. And there was one particularly bad night where I think the Kotaku article included the picture of that tweet went pretty viral. It wasn't by me, but it was because I got raided by 4chan. That night someone had made a post on 4chan, like politics section or something, and it had gotten a lot of attention, and they had just been like coming into my stream in droves, just trying to be as hateful as possible. And I mean, I get a lot, but I made the mistake of reading that 4chan thread after my stream, and
Oh,
it is
yeah.
it's
oh,
bad.
no. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, new
it's
rule.
kind of
Don't read that shit. That's
yeah.
digital
Don't read it.
self-harm. Don't.
It's yeah. When people can be totally anonymous on the internet like they can on 4chan, it's it's bad. Makes everything I got on Twitch look like nothing by comparison, you know?
Absolutely. Well, because on 4chan, I mean, the system's made to basically just allow alt-righters to be on there talking shit about any minority group they want. And this isn't the 100th time this has happened. Demon Mama's streams have been put in poll threads. We've had at least 2 separate raids. I'm lucky enough that I had really good mods from near get-go. And after our first one, we kind of learned a bunch of lessons on how to fix our security. But it is really fucking hard because, like, while yes, cis women do get harassment, and I'm not in any way justifying or saying that's lesser or, in any way not shitty. As I explained with the trans misogyny bit we just did, the fact is, the stuff that we get is so exponentially worse. Because it's not just them attacking you for being a woman, it's also them attacking you for being trans. And you have the added thing that is, I imagine, is an additionally not, I want to say complicating factor, but in some ways, I don't know if it's additional ammo for them or if they even bring this up, but you do have 2 different Twitter accounts. One of them is your general Twitch one, as far as I can tell. The other one seems to be more like OnlyFans sex work type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't really use that one anymore, but I do have that stuff out there. That's I would say the other thing would be the hot tub streamers in general, because every hot tub streamer has that, you know? That kind of goes with the territory. If you're going to hot tub stream, you tend to have that stuff, just how you make most of your money. So,
well, yeah, because you're basically, in that regard, I mean, let's be clear, you're essentially doing a lighter form of sex work. Like, if you're doing the hot tub stream, people are tuning in because they like your personality and they also like your body, and that's why they're there. And
yep.
If you're a woman and you're doing this, you're a cis woman, I can imagine the comments they get. I haven't looked, mostly because I like myself, but I've seen the things that have been sent to you, which feels so over the top. And it seems like, and again, I'm not on Twitch, so I don't know the mechanisms of it, but it seems like Twitch is real bad at dealing with this in any conceivable way.
It's very true. They don't really seem to care about that. They just sort of let people moderate themselves, I guess, which honestly I'm okay with, like, as long as they aren't penalizing me for that. You know, as long as I'm not getting banned because there are so many hateful people they've allowed to continue on their platform who can then mass report me and get my channel taken down. Like, at least it needs to at least go both ways. If they're not going to do anything to them, they shouldn't be doing anything to us either.
Absolutely. And additionally, you'd think there would be, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing.
Oh, yeah. So I would say, like, additionally, there's a factor in there of, you would think if all of a sudden you were getting these types of reports, rather than just do the automated algorithm ban hammer, why wouldn't instead someone check in to see what's going on there, especially when we're talking about someone in a marginalized group? Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me, is that not only is this thing clearly transphobic, both in the intention of the people reporting you, but also in the bizarre way that Twitch behaved on this. But additionally, well, and just transmisogynistic, if we're really honest. But additionally, the way it was handled seems to be this cold, robotic way. It wasn't like someone just had it out for you on, at the upper levels of Twitch. It wasn't that, like, you were having issues or, like, crossing lines. It was cold, unfeeling robot arm said no, and your sudden channel was gone. Like, that's really fucking strange that nobody even thought to look at that.
It's I think it just comes down to they didn't really care. I wasn't big enough or anything for them to just really even bother. And if they did, it was probably easier for them to say, well, this person's causing a lot of controversy and other things. It's probably easier to just let them stay banned than to have to, like, potentially ban or remove users or something like that, or admit they're wrong, or I don't know. It's hard to get totally in their heads on it all, but
well, it always seems like they're very silent, ivory towering, right? Like, the whole thing is like, every time I talk to anyone who streams on Twitch, it always seems like y'all are just kind of, like, tiptoeing around like it's the Panopticon and trying not to, like, get in trouble or trying not to cross any of the lines. And then suddenly the watchful eye of Sauron comes upon you and suddenly your channel's gone. Like, with no warning, no clarity about what you actually did, or even any, like, checking of the veracity of the claim that made your channel gone. Like, it feels so arbitrary and so anxiety producing.
It is. I mean, it's not even exclusive to trans or small streamers even too. There's a lot of big streamers and stuff like that who have been victim of this, of how Twitch handles things. And I don't think it's necessarily just a Twitch problem either here. I think this is a problem with tech in general, because I know very few trans people personally who haven't been banned off Tinder. I've been permanently banned on there for being trans, can't get it undone.
Really?
Holy crap.
I have on TikTok. I did some streaming on there, and as soon as I got any kind of higher viewer levels, I would get banned. And then I've had some stuff taken down on YouTube too already for all ridiculous reasons and stuff. I think it's a problem with tech in general, how they're letting bots totally handle everything. And I think their algorithms just are not as well designed as they should be.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean,
or they're not designed to help people on the platform.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
I'm
designed.
Sure the intent there is to make money, and that does not take people into account.
Well, I think their design is just the minimum required compliance with COPA or whatever it is, the Child Protection Act thing, or that stuff. Just like the minimum amount that they have to do to be allowed to self-regulate. And so I think that's probably a big part of what it comes down to. They don't really care about it. They're just doing the minimum they have to keep, like, larger organizations or oversight out of their head.
No, I think that's probably true. And so on our channel, and I think this is true, that I think this is a direct problem with the way these systems work. With YouTube, the big issue with us has been, it's not that, like, videos have been taken down, but more so that the issue is that suddenly a video will have like a strike against it for being demonetized because of some absurd reason that actually doesn't seem to be correct. And then when I challenge it, they fix it. But like, for example, this is the weirdest thing. When we were covering this is the thing that was really frustrating about doing the video on you. It wasn't anything to do with you or your situation. It was that video is still in review because it's currently set to limited actual ad revenue. I have videos 2 weeks or later and they have already been fully approved, but that video is literally being held back by the algorithm because it doesn't want to actually put that through for some reason. It's super frustrating.
That is, yeah. I think it's pretty typical of trans on the internet, you know. And the other thing that companies do a lot too is they shadow ban, which I also am really not a fan of, because it's a hard thing to prove, especially on certain platforms, but it's existed. It's a well-known practice that's existed as long as the internet has existed, pretty much. And that's just, companies try to intentionally steer people away from stuff that their personal views basically, or what they think is best, rather than letting their algorithms even decide. They like to put that extra touch in to sort of boost or screw over certain groups or things like that. It's very common on Twitter that if you're like a sex worker on Twitter and stuff, I know a lot of them, trans sex workers and stuff, and their reach will be severely limited because of that.
Oh, it's super weird because I've actually seen this in real time. If you follow, say, a furry artist who's doing less than safe for work type of stuff, and you follow, say, a trans sex worker, that furry artist will go miles on Twitter. That trans sex worker, not so much. It's really strange. And I think you're really correct, is that there's something inherent in tech, be it YouTube, Twitter, or whatnot, where these are not set up to be protective of really anyone. The fact that, like, I mean, fuck, look at Twitter. Look how many TERFs are on Twitter. Like, the fact that we have to deal with a newly coming out trans girl who's still really early into her transition, and all of a sudden she's getting bombarded by a whole bunch of quote unquote radical feminists. And what does it allow us to do? Sure, the trans community can come through and try to do like mass reports, but even when one of those works, it's not like they ban the person's IP. They just make a new account and come back.
Yep. That's
yeah, it's fucking insane.
Unfortunately, Twitch does that too. I really wish they would. They IP ban, creators. They do that, but they don't do that to users.
Insane. Well, I am really sorry that this happened to you, because like I went and looked at your content. I'm not really a big Twitch person. For some reason, the whole site just makes my ADHD weird. Like, I'll be honest, it's just a lot of movement. But I did check out some of your stuff, and I'm like, this is like, you're just in a hot tub. Like, it's cool. It's not that deep. And then if you look at other hot tub streamers, this is not a thing. Like, this is like, they have the same, like, they're doing the same thing, and yet, I don't know. It just seems really strange to me that, like, why would an algorithm not have the system built into it to notice when someone's getting mass reported, and then not go, oh, hey, they also got a fuck ton of hate, and there's a whole bunch of, like, people that suddenly got banned from the chat. Maybe we should look into that. Like, shouldn't there be an alarm or a red flag that goes off when those two things happen together?
There certainly should. It's
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you read that most recent Pink News article. I think you did your stream on that one, maybe, but it went into
I think I did.
The Phantom Lord stuff, because I think his court case against Twitch is very would go a long ways. I think all platforms should have to do that sort of bare minimum, where if they're gonna do something like ban someone, like basically destroy their livelihood for a lot of people who take it, it's a serious full-time job for them. And if they're going to do that, they should at least have to talk to them person to person, not just algorithms, and they should have to tell them exactly what the problem was and give them an opportunity to fix it. I think that's like bare minimum. And basically, what else the lawsuit potentially would do would prevent no reason bans, which is basically what I got. It was more or less a no reason ban because I didn't do anything. They just gave me a general list of possibilities, none of which I had done. And so
that's so fucked. You might have done any of these, just FYI.
Yes, that's all they do ever, and they never tell you, they never give you answers to any of it. And that's like kind of the legal gray area that Twitch is mucking in right now, because the more vague they are, the less clear they are with people, the more they can just sort of do whatever they want, ban, not ban, whoever. And like that is a very common complaint on Twitch, their inconsistency with the rules, with people.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And especially it sucks because essentially what you and I are doing is we're essentially acting based on our interactions with TOS. We're essentially acting in a sort of pseudo form of, it sounds like we are almost like contract employees, but we don't even get the same rights as contract employees. Like if a contract employee fucks up, you just don't renew their contract, or you tell them. You might see a person. Instead, you get an email that, like you said, gives you a laundry list of maybes.
Yep. You can't get a reply either. I mean, I've tried. The first reply that I've gotten was just a few days ago when I got unbanned, and if you read it, it's pretty silly too, because they didn't even they didn't say even that I had done it. They just said your ban was for this. Your account is now unsuspended. They didn't say I didn't do it. They didn't say I did. Then they just said, I mean, it's all silly, and that was all I got though. Didn't give me any information beyond that, which is expected, I guess.
No, I saw that. I think I saw that one. That looked rough.
By the way, hello to Prince in your chat. They said, hello, TransGirlTherapist. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi from our chat as well. Patricia, one of my mods, is saying hi to everybody. I feel like the problem is like this feels so exploitative because Twitch is allowing these hot tub streams, which I think is fine. I think as long as, obviously this is something with adults watching, good to go, whatever. I'm fine with that. I think that's a perfectly acceptable, good form of work. Here's the concern I have is they're bringing in traffic, they're bringing in money, they are bringing in a shit ton of stuff on the bodies of these streamers. But you guys live under the sort of Damocles. There's literally a string between whether you guys get to keep your livelihood, and then again, it feel like this might feel like to people a little bit too much of an extreme comparison, but it feels like almost like a robotic pimp. I will be perfectly honest. It just feels really strange. Like at any moment, an arbitrary reason comes down, and they can just find another hot tub streamer. It feels very, very cold and shitty, and I can imagine this has had an incredible negative effect on your mental health. How have you been dealing with this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, ever since I got that first one, I've been in sort of constant fear because I didn't understand it. I didn't know how to fix it, and it was just a huge worry of mine that could happen. It could end, and so like it's hard for me to really commit or go fully all in too. And I mean, it destroyed me too when I did get permanently banned, because it all happened fast, and I had not had as much time as I wish I had to have build a larger following or branch out or do those sort of things yet, because I was still really focused on just trying to put my energy and learning and everything into Twitch. And so, yeah, not great for my mental health at all. Definitely a very stressful time period.
Yeah. And if I ask anything too personal, please let me know. I don't want to cross any boundaries. But I do want to know you do have a good support system, and I hope you've considered, if you're not already, seeing someone who's like a mental health professional, because this stuff has to be a tremendous weight.
Oh yeah, it is. I do have a counselor I started
Oh,
seeing
good. Oh,
again.
good. Yeah, I one of the things we try to do on this channel is be very open about like seeking therapy, being very picky about therapists. We have an entire video basically saying like you're allowed to politically question your therapist from the get-go and be like, who did you vote for in the last election? Like, just to be very clear about whether this is safe for a trans person or any person for that matter. But I just wanted to make sure, because like I don't know how I would react if all of a sudden I went to go turn on YouTube after literally waking up, at like 10 a.m. and being like, oh, the channel's just gone. Like, I can't access it. They won't let me in. Like, I can't imagine what that would be like. To me, that's panic attack inducing.
Oh, I'm sure Jess would be waking me up for with a panic attack at that point. Yeah, well, like it's. I think part of the rough part is that, right, it takes so long to get to know and learn a new platform, right? Like that's no easy thing on its own. It's taken us a lot of time to learn YouTube, and I'm sure Twitch is the same, right? Like it really does take a lot of time to figure all that stuff out and grow your channel from there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
a lot, and just streaming in general. I don't know. It's all been a process to me. It's all very new to me. In general, I didn't start any of this stuff until very recently. I never saw myself in front of like a camera or anything like that. Way too much anxiety and stuff like that, but it all kind of happened. It's how it worked out, I guess, but I'm still new and learning it all and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're right there with you. I mean, I literally started this account back in February. So it's not that old. We've just been trying to do the best we can to grow. And I think one of the things that sucks is like when you're new to a platform, when you're new with your channel or your streams, the big thing is finding your voice, like figuring out how you want to be on camera, figuring out what parts of yourself do you reveal, what parts do you keep in your private life, and trying to, figure out, do I go as authentic as possible, or do I try to keep a few things back? Like there's so many questions that I think people don't realize you have to go through to figure out how you want to actually engage with these types of things. And I can imagine, like it was for us, I can imagine for you that's a lot, because there's the added neg of you're part of a marginalized group that is many people are going to react to negatively out the gate, regardless of what level of thought or effort you put into that, because they're just starting off from a bigoted position. That really fucking sucks.
yeah.
It does. I mean, I also do. I always loved it though too. I loved the hot tub streaming. I didn't mind the hate. To me, the way I saw hate was, um, it made me feel like I was doing something right. I'm reaching new audiences who haven't been exposed to trans people, and if I'm upsetting them, then like there's a reason for that, and I kind of use that as just more fuel, more motivation to continue doing it, because I didn't want to let them win, for one, and also it meant I felt like I was changing people's minds and stuff like that by doing this sort of stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly, I think that's a pretty healthy approach to deal with this kind of stuff, because in a lot of ways, I think we often demonize spite, but some degree, like being kind of spitefully realizing that your goal, or excuse me, their goal, the people that are attacking us, sending us all these really hateful comments and all this stuff, their goal, their intention here is to get us off the platform. They want us shut down. They want us to go away and run and hide. And so it's like, I can imagine in some ways it's very empowering, because every time you fire up the camera, every time you're in a bikini about to do a hot tub stream, they lose. It doesn't matter what they say at that point. To some degree, you're there, you're showing your body, you're empowered. This is your choice to do what you're doing. And every single moment you're on screen, they're mauling. Like, there's something really great about that to some degree. I don't want to undersell it, but that feels like a really big deal for me. And I definitely can share in that feeling.
Definitely. I completely agree with that. It definitely makes me feel empowered, and I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing I think was really important to kind of cover here too is, I thought it was really great that you had a number of different people sort of pick this story up and say something. So like there was the Pink News, there was the Kotaku article, there was Demon Mama sharing stuff. I was trying to share stuff and trying to point things in that direction. There's a number of other people you mentioned on your Twitter, but it seemed like there was a good number of people that really resonated with your story and kind of tried to make it clear to their audiences, hey guys, just so you know, this is really fucked. What was that like for you to see so much support kind of pop out?
That was overwhelming. I felt completely undeserving, I guess. It was hard for me to have that and sort of continue doing it and fighting and everything, because I did kind of just want to quit. And it very much deflated me and sort of made me feel like it's kind of hopeless. No matter what, I'm probably just going to end up banned or in the same place, or just there's no chance of getting it undone, anything like that. But the amount of people that did come out and support and everything made me keep at it, I guess. And it wasn't easy for me to do, though, because I didn't feel like I deserved that, but I also felt like I would be letting people down if I didn't keep going and trying and doing whatever I could, basically.
Well, and I think that's the thing that's really important about your story is that as much as there is that inclination or that urge to almost like to want to give up or to want to move away from, because it's such a scary thing you're dealing with. Twitch is a monolith in some ways. You're not really dealing with a particular person. There's not like a coordinator or someone you have like direct interaction with. It feels like this monolithic entity. And I can imagine that fear is very real, but the fact that you kept pushing forward and making it clear, and not only did you say and report what happened, you kind of came with receipts. You brought a bunch of pictures, a lot of things showing this is like a tiny sample of the shit a trans streamer gets. And it's the same shit that every trans streamer gets. It's literally the same copy pasta over and over and over again. And even if you get to the point where you're just like, whatever, fuck these people, the fact is it's still incredibly like exhausting and difficult. And you were willing to put that out there because you thought people should know. And I think that's really fucking important. I think that's a really big deal.
That was thanks to Killer Quee. She saved those for me, because it's so messed up with the Twitch ban too. You don't have access to anything. You immediately lose it all. So she had thankfully been diligent and saved a night's worth through screenshots and stuff. So sent me that, and I was like, all right, I can tweet this out. I've got something else.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I have to wonder about here is, what do streamers like ourselves do? Like, is there any way we can try to get the word out more about this? Like, now that you're unbanned, my assumption is that Twitch is just going to be like, okay, now you'll shut up and, we'll go back to status quo until you'll get raided again. Like, what? I guess my thought is more, and this goes out to some of the chats as well, because I'm watching both of them. What what do we do with this situation? Because there's so many people that are on Twitch, on YouTube, who are trans and are attempting to get their voices into the world, to not just do their craft, whatever that craft might be, whether it's gaming, in my case, mental health, or just, getting in a hot tub and talking with people. The fact is that that's really important because our voices deserve to be heard. And so the question I guess I have to you is, and this is to the chats as well, is what do we do with it? How do we move past this, or how do we start pushing for more change? Yeah, there's that lawsuit you mentioned, but do we keep pressing? Do we keep taking those risks? Do we shut up? What do people think about this? How do we deal with it?
I don't have a good idea myself beyond continue talking about it. I guess that's all I can do is try and make people aware that it exists. It's not just Twitch, it's not any one company, it's widespread throughout tech, and it's a problem. People need to be aware of it. Just because it might not affect it, it can affect a lot of people too. I don't think it is exclusive to trans people either.
Sure.
I saw it happen on TikTok to what's her name, Lizzo, because she wore a bikini on TikTok just like anyone else would wear, and it was taken down because of her, most likely because of the color of her skin and her body shape, because they're not traditional. So it was taken down, and she was famous enough to call TikTok out on it, and they had to apologize and put it back up. But it's a thing that happens to more than just trans people too. We probably get more of it than anyone else, but it is an issue that can affect anyone.
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't want to discount the experiences of any, person of color or any other marginalized group. I think I focus both because this channel tends to focus on trans issues, and also because right now there's sort of two very large civil rights movements going on in the US, that is BLM and trans rights. There's no accident that like all of a sudden, 14 states decided to put forth a bunch of fucking bills to fuck over trans kids. The thing is that I feel like you just being on that platform helps normalize and helps educate, like you said, people about trans people. It makes us appear as just as everybody else. We're just who we are. And I think my concern here is that I feel like just talking about it, keep talking about it, is a really good idea. I also feel like there needs to be larger discussion panels about this, and I don't know how to organize that. Again, I'm not on Twitch, but I think there needs to be larger discussions about this with members of marginalized communities of how do you present solidarity against, Twitch? If somebody like yourself is banned, do other Twitch streamers speak up? Are they willing to do that? Right? If 4 people do it, they can just ban those 4 people. But if 50 people do it, that's cutting into their bottom line a little. So that's the kind of thing that I want to see. Yes. I want people like us to be protected online so we can do what the fuck we're doing. I think we do good work.
Well, absolutely. And this stuff, again, like the fact that this stuff does not it doesn't exist in the right sphere. Okay, like this is work and livelihood, and it's not existing in that legal framework as such right now. At least as far as the government's concerned. You've got to go pay taxes, but the way that Twitch interacts with you is not, just say, that of a contractor or a work relationship. And I think that's going to be something that we really got to push on as more and more people make careers doing this stuff. I mean, it is, a really different thing than probably what we're used to with okay, you've got a TV channel, you've got a show on TV, but no, we're all doing the individual thing, in our own way. Probably the neat part about this, right? You can do whatever you want. So I wonder if that, kind of tackling that kind of view of people on platforms, part of it.
I think it's not a bad idea to try and organize some more things, get more people talking about it. I do know Willow has spoken about it a lot, and I appreciate her doing that on her stream and everything, it was big, and I think we need more people doing that, though, especially in the trans community.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. I guess what I would say is this, and this is just sort of an invitation, is, you know, I think we're both very new, but I think we also have connections to people who are growing and are, we ourselves are growing. I kind of want to just put out there with this video is the idea that, like, I would love to have a large panel discussion about trans people in media spaces and how do we deal with this, because I legitimately think, I wasn't thinking in the terms of a coalition, but yeah, I kind of want a group of people who are kind of in solidarity with that. It doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. It doesn't mean our politics have to 100% line up, but in the sense of, like, as long as everyone's relatively liberal, left leaning, and not Trump supporter, I suppose,
like somebody's,
yeah,
lack of
Not
right,
Blair White.
Yeah,
not Blair White or the person I just covered, Marcus Dibb, the offensive Teesler. That's the name of their channel, literally, the offensive Teesler. If you want, go check out their channel, and should you decide that's inappropriate, there are functions you can use to deal with that. I'm not saying you should do anything. I'm just letting you know those mechanisms exist under YouTube TOS. Just letting you know. So, but my point is, actually, yeah, maybe a coalition is a thing. Maybe there's something where trans creators, and I think someone like, for example, like Demon Mama would really be into something like this, because I don't know who's been paying attention to some of the panels lately, but fuck me.
God damn, yeah.
She just got a shit ton of fucking harassment.
I would like to
from
see
the
stop
debate,
getting harassed.
From the debate lord who will not be named.
Yeah.
So Des Tiny. Anyway, but yeah, I guess you're more. I guess my thought would be is, oh, by the way, Prime, welcome to our Discord. I see Prime038 is one of the people in your chat, and apparently they're over in ours now. Hi.
Yes, he is.
Look, a lot of cross-pollination. Neato.
Hey, yeah, have lots of YouTubers. I like this.
So I guess my thought would be is that yeah, I mean, let's reach out to people. I would love to have a larger discussion on this stuff and try to get people to support this, so that when this happens inevitably again to one of us, everyone else can kind of speak up about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely be down for that. I think Prime said he talked to Demon Mama already.
I saw that in the chat, yeah.
And I have a feeling that Willow will probably be down for that too. And I'm sure we could find some others as well. I could talk to some people on my team. I know some other mid and smaller streamers for sure who would be interested.
Yeah, let's be
hit
talking
people up
after
on
this
your end, and
video,
we can work something up. Yeah,
we can kind of figure out where to go from there.
Or
Discord servers.
And so I'll put it out to my mods, because I have spies everywhere. So to the people I have that are in, say, maybe Jessie Gender's camp, talk to her. She's fantastic. Love her to death. She's a YouTuber, and maybe she'd be interested in some of these discussions. Actual Jake, well, not trans, good ally. Also a man wearing a corn suit. Fun guy. I would love to see people like that get the word out, because as much as, I want as many trans people to be supportive and engaging with this discussion, and from a coalition perspective, I also do want cis allies to speak up, because I can't ignore the reality that their voices are sometimes going to be louder than ours. Right? So someone
That's true. I think cis allies are important too, because they are typically going to have larger audiences. That's how it usually works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think there needs to be solidarity in this, and I think people need to put aside any kind of nonsense. It's a big deal. Yeah, right now we're at a really weird crossroads politically, and that is that, like, if you can imagine, and like, so I'm old. Let me put it that way. And I just turned 40. So one of the things that's really weird from my perspective is I grew up in the age when the 90s, that ancient prehistoric time of dinosaurs, was trans women were basically three things: jokes, victims, or serial killers. And to see the fact that you exist, and Demon Mama exists, and ContraPoints exists, to see there being so many trans women who are not only surviving in this, but some of them damn well thriving. You can't, I don't know if I can ever pass it on to younger trans people how big of a deal this is. And so I feel like pushing on this is a really big deal. And I feel like getting more people to speak up about this deal. So I really appreciate you being down for that. And yeah, I don't know everyone on Twitch. So yeah, put out your feelers, talk to people, see what they're into, and see what they want to do. It really mean a lot.
Yeah, I can work on trying to organize something in that regard, because I think it is a topic that needs more discussion and solidarity among streamers on.
Yeah, absolutely. So it feels like we've kind of come to a really nice place. Is there anything else you want to bring up while you're here for today, or anything else you want to put out there? Obviously, you can bring up where can people find you, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you want to find me, I am Ann Atomics on Twitch. That would probably be the best place. I'm Ann Atomics everywhere, so you can find me around.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I just want to say, like, this has been really, really wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for
This
having
was really
me.
cool.
Yeah, this means.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'll be in touch with you guys, I guess, on if you want to add me as friends on Discord to make it a little easier
we
to
can both
whisper and
use that.
stuff.
Yeah, sure. I'll totally add you. And yeah, please feel free to stay in our Discord. Anyone from Ann's community is welcome to come to our Discord. We are not a debate Discord. We are one that works on improving things, works on mental health. We try to put out resources there for anyone to sort of improve their overall quality of life. So if you're willing to come in and you're doing so in good faith, you're welcome to come to our Discord and yeah, just try to come and play and hang out with us. So but awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate this, Ann. And yeah, I look forward to the next time we can talk. That'd be wonderful. So
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
no worries. Talk to you
Thanks.
later. Bye.
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 Okay there, guys. Sorry, I wasn't like addressing comments as I was on there and everything. I was reading them, but I just wasn't replying because I don't know. I have a hard time with that. I don't like to talk over people or anything. Let's see what we got here. A few things I need to. Thanks to everyone who did show up for the stream too. I know it was last minute. I did it last time I was streaming with Demon Mama and did this. I didn't even occur to me until after I'd streamed that I probably should have just streamed this myself. And then I was like, last minute, right before I was about to do this, I was like, oh crap, I should probably stream this too. Why not? Right? And so thanks for showing up, even though it was super, super last minute, but thanks for coming, Prince Adam. Okay. Thanks for coming by, Zero. All my regulars, of course. You know who you are. I don't want to... Killer Quage, Energy, obviously, guys. But yeah, I think it is a good idea, something that we could do more and that I could try and get involved in or organize just sort of maybe discussion panels or something like that with some of the larger Twitch streamers like Willow and trans Twitch streamers and possibly their allies too. I mean, Bad Bunny did I know Bad Bunny has had a lot. I haven't watched a lot of her, but I have seen allegations and stuff against her of like controversy in the past with her. And that's, I don't really have an issue with that because regardless, I think people can grow and be better people. And so even if things are, she did say or do some sort of sketchy things in the past, I don't think that invalidates her as like an ally or anything like that, as long as she is now correcting those behaviors and being supportive and those sort of things, then I don't see that as an issue. Willow just went live. Oh, nice. Maybe I should off to talk to her about it. Thank you, Sin Adrelia. I think if you're building the coalition, you can bring people in if they're doing the work. Because yes, Bad Bunny, she tweeted about me a lot. She tweeted about me a lot and talked about me a lot. And she was really the only like large cis streamer who was really doing that. So I think that deserves something, right? So yeah, I think I would consider talking to her about it as well. What do you guys think? Is anyone here familiar with her? Do you have any opinions on her? Let me see if I can get this going. Hopefully it's not too loud. No? Let me see here. Is this too soft? Too soft, maybe. Just wanted a little music on too. You're not familiar with most of the big Twitch streamers? Okay. What was I banned for and how long? Well, I was permanently banned. And I got it reversed though. And what I was banned for was for being trans, basically. There's no real good explanation for it. I got reported by people who didn't like the fact that I was trans. So that is what happened, and thankfully they undid it, right? It was definitely a mistake, and it was fixed. It wasn't easy, and they didn't admit it was a mistake, but they did fix it. It took a lot of people coming out in support of me, though, to make that happen. It took a lot of tweets and news articles, because there were several news articles about it all. It took a lot to make it happen, but they did finally at least look into it. So yeah, anyone have any other suggestions for me for streamers too? I'm gonna make a list here for who I should what people I should reach out to. And also, if you know any streamers too, you guys are welcome to reach out to them and let them know to if they are interested, to reach out to me. That is totally fine as well. Let's see here. Willow. Demon Mama. What were the other ones? I heard there was Hannah, right? Saw that suggestion, I believe. Hannah Reloaded, right? There we go. Not familiar with her, but there we go. Actual Jake. Okay. Those, yeah, I do not know these people, but I will look into them. Right here. Are all these people on Twitch? If people aren't on Twitch, let me know so I know where to look. If they're YouTubers or something. Amethyst. Rocks. I'll check all these people out. Eve. Okay. Some good ones. Getting a good list here. That's true. Maddie and Tasha. They, I'm a little worried about Maddie and Tasha. They haven't streamed in, I haven't really been hearing from them, and I don't think Tasha's been on. I don't think they've streamed anything since a week. Not on any platform, which is a little concerning. I hope they're doing okay. Because they haven't been in my chats or anything either, I hope they're doing okay. Okay, Aristocracy TV. All right, we got a lot to look into, huh? TV. Dylan Burns TV. Girl Boss Marcy. Okay. Xandra Vandra. Let me get this. Xandra Vandra. Wow. Here we go. All right. Ooh. You don't know if Tolvo is still active. Hi there, Scarfangs. You talked with Tasha and Maddie on the... Yeah, I talked to them then too. I haven't heard much from them, and I haven't seen them streaming. The Eve community has a lot of LGBTQ support. Jordan Rasco. Jeez, this is... Super Info. All right. All right. Good stuff. That's enough list, I think. Unless you've got someone who's like, someone who you think is like really, really good for this. Because I need people who are the right kinds of like personalities and that sort of stuff for this kind of thing too. At least for the panels, I mean, we kind of need a certain type of streamer, people who do talk about politics and those sort of things, not people who never talk about that stuff, I guess, right? People who get down to the issues with their viewers. Because it would be hard to have panels with people who don't really do that or aren't really interested in that sort of thing. So hopefully those lists, the people you gave me, are those kinds of people. I mean, you know, people like Willow, people like TGT, people like Demon Mama. Those are like definitely the kinds I'm thinking about with trying to organize something like this. But you get a little political on stream. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, no. This is a good list. You guys got a lot for me to do here. Okay. Any other ideas? What else you guys got? Oh yeah. Oh, here's some oh, I really hope she doesn't fail, but Saturday it looks like my friend is going to come on stream with me, the trans one. She's going to come over and talk about her experiences growing up in Idaho and transitioning in high school in Idaho. And we're going to do it in the hot tub. I believe she's good with that. So it should be interesting to see that. She's a youngin'. Guess she can't be drinking. I can, but she can't. It's only 19. But I think it's great to hear from some different age groups of trans people too, because things have changed a lot, you know? It's weird how, I mean, guess when I'm comparing to her, you know, it's like, damn, I'm old, right? 28 feels ancient compared to 19. And but so her experiences are gonna have been very different. 10 years is a long time. That's a big difference. A lot has happened in 10 years, so that is a very different experience that I'm sure she has had than what I have had. Your older 30s, so you also remember the 90s and what your guests were saying about visibility and representation really rang true. Yeah, I mean, it's not even the 90s. I mean, it's a pretty recent thing that trans people on TV shows, you know, up until pretty recently, trans girls were either portrayed as like just very masculine, poorly passing people, like obviously trans people, or they were portrayed as like smoking hot women and they were, you know, done by cis females. You know, cis females played the trans people, there was really no middle ground there. That was really all there was until recently. It was just the two extremes. And so I'm happy that that is changing, but yeah, very, very recent development there. Hi there, I'm William Walters. Gay marriage wasn't a thing in most places 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, Ace Ventura. Whew. That show. I loved Ace Ventura as a kid and everything. I loved those movies, but damn, if that didn't get just so transphobic there at the very end. So transphobic. A decade between experiences. That should be a very interesting discussion. Yeah, a decade's a lot, right? A lot has changed. Trans in the 90s was a Jerry Springer episode of the crowd trying to guess who is trans in a lineup of people. That sounds about right. That's, yeah, it was, you know, it was a sideshow. It was a joke. That was, at best, it was. And that really hasn't changed until recently. You know, it really has not got much better till very recent. Anybody else seems suitable in Transmission Gaming Team? Yes, I have a few ideas. Yahweh was here, I think, is one, and I don't know if it's the sort of thing Nicotine would be interested in or not. I could ask her, but it might. I'm not really sure there. She's a Twitch ambassador, so I don't know what kind of position doing something like that might put her in, I guess, too. I don't really know how much of an influence that is and just how she would feel about it, but I'll at least discuss it with her. I did talk to her and stuff about my ban, and she said, you know, she was on my side with it and all that, and that she was going to try and reach out to someone and in support. I don't know what happened with that, but we'll see. I think the first positive representation of a trans woman that you saw was in a science fiction short story. Huh. Yeah. I mean, I saw they had some trans women played by trans women on Nip Tuck. I remember that as a kid, early 2000s. But they also had a trans woman played, like, they did both the extremes, right? On there, they had they had both. So it was like, because the main trans character on there was played by a cis female. What I think, though, is interesting, that is shows real progress here, is if you guys are familiar with the show You on Netflix, YOU. It's like kind of Dexter-ish, sociopathic sort of thing, but one of the main side characters, like a regular, she's trans, and it's never mentioned on there or anything, and she plays a cis female, which to me, that is real progress right there, to have someone who is trans playing someone who's cis, and it's never once, spoken of in the show. I was a fan of that, because thanks, Swan. I recognized it immediately, because I'm very tuned into that, I guess, but I asked, like, my boyfriend at the time and my mom, one of my best friends, I was like, what do you think of the trans female and you after they'd watched it, and none of them had any clue. No one else caught it except for me. They had no idea that she was trans, which is interesting too. I think trans people, it says a lot about how self-critical and sort of tuned into and looking for those sort of things that we can be, where in reality people are a lot less observant than we think they are. I had that issue transitioning and everything. Like I really just was paranoid. I always felt like never passed, or I'm just way more self-critical of myself than was necessary, basically. And the reality was, it was a lot more fine than I thought. Trans women who showed up and let's see. Sorry, I'm not her 24/7, but reason I put Nightbite earlier was I found she has a major influence on the trans VR chat community that get the same kind of flack and have some really good points and thoughts to pick into. If you ever... Okay, Nightbite. There's also, who is it? Nightbite. Marina. She's come by my stream lately, a larger, rapidly growing, what is it called? Why am I spacing on the names of those? The people who use the avatars. Is that VR chat? I thought it's called the VTuber. That's right. Trans VTuber, Marina. She's been by my hot tub stream quite a few times. Hari Neff is the actress in You. Yep, that's the one. She's the one. I didn't watch this, but the Saved by the Bell reboot, apparently this is interesting, actually. I learned about this looking on there, but there's this Disney Channel actress who she played a male on Disney Channel shows for several years, and then I think it was around 15ish or something like that, decided she wanted to transition, and she transitioned, and then she now plays roles as a female, which is pretty interesting. So she played a female on Saved by the Bell reboot, was one of the main characters. So she was trans, and I think she was trans in the show, but it wasn't something that was like a huge sticking point. She wasn't playing a trans character. She wasn't playing a trans character. She was playing like a rich girl or whatever who happened to be trans, something like that. So it wasn't the focal point of her character, which again, I haven't watched it, but progress, right? I think that's progress. Aristocracy TV is a VTuber. Aristocracy, right? Aristocracy TV. Didn't have to be an extra special episode. Yeah, no, she's just a regular a regular character on the show. One of the main characters in the cast just happens to be trans. And also, she's gorgeous, too. Oh, I skip questions if they're stupid. That's why. If you're ever wondering why I skip your question, because it was stupid. Or I don't want to address it or whatever reason. I mean, sometimes really long ones are hard to read out the entire thing. My trans too? Yeah. I am trans. That's why I'm talking about trans stuff. Wait, do I have that one on the list? Okay. Here we go. Fixed it. Make sure I have the spelling right. So, yeah. Positive representation in media is progress. It is. I think just any sort of representation that isn't totally fake or extreme is definitely progress. Presenting trans people as normal people, I think, is progress. Huge progress. Nah, he's just a troll, you know? That person. Don't need to acknowledge them. Because I've definitely never been happier. Like, okay. Let me see. I have to decide. Yeah. I have to decide what I'm gonna do for tonight, though, too. What do you guys think? Because now I'm here. I'm streaming way earlier than I usually do. So where do I go from here? Right? What's my next step? I haven't streamed in just chatting in a long time. I don't know, Prime. I don't know where I want to go. I'm on way earlier than I'm normally on too, so all right, here you go. Here's your one chance, Hapa. I've got my finger on the ban button. If you have a serious question, here you go. One chance, an actual question for me. Actual question. Then go for it. Cocktail hour. Nice. My dress is pretty. Just chatting is fine. Glad you like my dress. I like this one. You're short on brain pills and thus attention. Well, you need some Adderall. I wouldn't mind a cocktail, actually. take a break. I mean, I'm already streaming, so then what? Thanks, Eris. Appreciate that. How long? All right, that's fair. That is an actual question, so I will address that. How long I've wanted to change my sex. It's hard because it's something I always wanted, I guess, really. My reasoning as a kid was always that everyone wants to be a girl. Like, girls are better. Every guy wants to be a girl. That's how they feel. They just aren't talking about it. And it wasn't until I was about 13 that things became clear to me that I was not like the rest of my friends at all, and there were a lot of differences, and I had something more serious going on, that it wasn't just something everyone was thinking. It was more than that. And so that's when I started researching online and everything, and realized, oh my gosh, I am trans, and realized it beyond any doubt was at 13. But really, it was something I always knew. I just didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't even know what trans people were. I had no idea that trans was even a thing until, I grew up in a very small town, religious town, conservative, I didn't have knowledge or awareness of that sort of stuff, so I didn't have the words to explain it until I started researching it online, why I had those feelings. Am I still bumping my gums? I'm not sure what that is, actually. What does that mean? It's bumping my gums. Technically, do I have any friends who are trans too? Not really. I'm working on it, but I don't really. I've been trying to like meet and make trans friends and that sort of stuff, but not really yet. There's someone coming on Saturday. Hopefully she doesn't get scared, chicken out, but she's hopefully a new trans friend here, because really there aren't many trans people in Idaho, because it's not a great place for us. So you like my different color eyes. Thank you. Oh, it means you still talking. It's a saying in Scotland. Okay, bumping your gums, like, I guess we say here, what, like flapping your gums, maybe. It's maybe a saying. Something like that. But yeah. Do you like girls or boys? I like both. Actually, I mostly liked females. I was more sexually attracted to females until transition, and hormones did help some with the attraction towards males, and made it so that I am able to date males now. But both genders have things that I like about them, I guess. All genders, I should say. Doesn't really matter to me too much, the gender. I am gonna grab a drink though. Gonna grab let's see. Should grab a little chihuahua maybe too. What do you think, little chihuahua? Oh my gosh, are you in the bed? Are you a bed girl? Are you some kind of bed? Come here. Come on. Hop up. There you go. It's your show now. Yeah. Chihuahua show. Come on. Do you have a picture when I was male? Yeah, I have those. I have there's one on my Twitter, and then I think I am gonna make a transition timeline video. I got my mom to send me like all these pictures of me as a kid and teens and stuff, so I can make a whole video of it because people like that stuff, I guess, you know. Yep. Hi guys. Hi. Let's see if I can. Where is it? There we go. Yeah. She is. I love her so much. She's been my little buddy through everything. Right, Zenny? My little buddy. Back when I was still streaming, lots of games and stuff on here. Whenever I'd have to go to the bathroom, I'd always have her sit in my chair. She wouldn't move if I told her to stay, and so she would be in charge of the stream while I was going to the bathroom or doing whatever. Her name's Zenny. Zenny. I call her Zen, though, usually. Or Zen Dog. Oh, sorry. You prefer medium? I never was a fan of small dogs either, but this one was a gift to me from a girl I was dating who also had a Chihuahua, and she grew on me over time. I grew up with big dogs, always wanted bigger dogs, but it's hard to have a big dog in an apartment and stuff, so she's perfect for the apartment life and such a good little companion. You're getting some earrings for the first time. Nice. Earrings are fun. I actually, I pierced my friend's ears recently. Just did it. He wanted them pierced, and I was like, all right, let's do it. Wait. And what's an what's AMAB? Some of the out as AMAB. I'm spacing on what that is. I'm not. Oh, assigned male at birth. Okay. Right. I space on some of these acronyms sometimes. AFAB, assigned female at birth. Right. I remember when they used to be called, what was it? Like, GGs, genetic girls. I remember that used to be like the internet slang a long time ago. When I was a kid and looking things up on the internet for the first time. M2F, F2, yeah, MTF and FTM too, yeah. Genetic girl, sounds like Mewtwo's sister, yeah. GGs. I kind of like the GG acronym though, right? But yeah, that's what they used to refer to as genetic girl. That just means, you know, born female. Your genetics, your DNA is female. What type of people am I attracted to? That's a hard thing to describe. The kind of people I'm attracted to, though, are typically very extroverted, very loud, like to be the center of attention. They more social than I am. Basically, I'm attracted to a lot of things that I am not, because it helps pull me in that direction. If I'm dating people who sort of make up for some of my weaknesses or areas I'd like to improve upon, and so I can become more like them, I guess, or have more opportunities for that sort of thing. It also, there's a lot of reasons it makes it easier for me because of my anxiety. You know, if I'm with someone who's very good socially, all that, like, it makes my life easier because I know they can handle things for me, and that, like, I can basically tune out and go on autopilot and not have to make much effort towards those situations when I'm confronted with them if I don't want to deal with them, and they can handle it. So those are things I am attracted to that are sort of opposite from me. But then beyond that, there's a lot of things I do need in common too, like lifestyle, just general viewpoints on things. You know, they need to be emotionally intelligent. We need to have hobbies and interests in common, those sorts of things too. So those are the things I like in common, and some of the things I like to be different. You hate people too? Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of like it. I hate having to deal with people. I mean, like, I don't, not always, but there are times where I want to not have to. And yeah. You're an extrovert on the dance floor, but an introvert otherwise. That's fair. Let me see. I need to change this chat size. This is too big. Where is it? Here we go. You grew up with Great Danes. You rescued a wiener dog in December. Never thought you'd have a small dog. Yep. I never thought I would either, but you know what? She grew on me. I love her to death now. You hot, go off my sis. Okay. She's just so chill. She just wants to cuddle. She's always under blankets. She has to be under blankets at all times. If, like, I'm near a blanket, anywhere near it, she will just keep pawing until I let her under it. Needs that warmth. Always cold, little chihuahua. Right. But yeah, she's adorable. So, you guys, what do you think I should do tonight? Any ideas? Any ideas? Chilled Wawa? Nice. True. Chilling in Canada. She need a sweater. Yeah, I don't think she can handle it up there. She'd be miserable. Like, if it's even like 40 degrees out, oh my gosh. She's so hard to get to go outside. I have to drag her out. Give her a little sweater and everything too, because she just looks at me and she tries to run back in. If there's snow out, just don't even consider it. There's no way she's going outside unless I drag her. What did I ask? I said what I should do tonight, you know? Streaming wise. I have been wanting to do try some different stuff streaming. I'm not sure exactly what, but I've been considering some alternatives. I need to think of some activities I don't know. What's this, I've seen it mentioned before. What is Stream Raiders? Raiders. Right? Or wait. It's a Steam game, right? Or no? Is it? Let's see what this says. Interesting. You're gonna do a mud mask tonight, yeah? Other stuff like old professional game. I could do that too. I could do a gaming stream. Oh my gosh. Is there seriously a new Offspring album out? Oh my gosh. I can't believe there's their newest single that they put out like a month or two ago, Let the Bad Times Roll. I really like that song. Damn, I can't believe, holy shit, they did. When did this album come out? How long ago was this? Why can't I see the date on it? It just says 2021. But yeah. I love Let the Bad Times Roll. Ooh, there's one that's bigger than that. Coming for You. Shit, I want to listen. I do want to listen to this now. This was my Offspring was like my first real music I ever watched, you know? Ever listened to. I mean, watched because I saw it on TV, I guess, you know, the music videos, but damn, they're what got me into music, so. Yeah, Stream Raiders, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's like a, something, a game that you play with people. You're supposed to bleach your roots, then redo your purple in the middle of a heat wave. Oh gosh. That sounds like me, what I need to do. I need to do that. I need to bleach my roots and then go blue. Hey, and where's your friends you said were coming on? Saturday. This Saturday. Well, one of them. That's when the trans one will be coming on. My other friend, I'll text her right now. But yeah, she texted me today about it. She was a little worried about people recognizing her or something with her job and all that. I was like, I don't think it matters. I think you'll be fine. You know? You'll be fine. Because it's not like this is anything illegal. Stream Raiders, the streamer picks a map every 30 minutes. Then chat puts out units every 5 minutes. They do PvE battle, then repeat. Interesting. You're gonna go blue? Yeah. That was what my stream voted for when we did the poll to vote. Yeah, no, I love alternative music. That's my jam. Lord of the G Strings, that'll be on. We were planning on 9 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturday, was what our plan was. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna keep it blonde. I don't really. It's all right. It's a nice change, but the whole point of going blonde was that I can go any color from blonde. That was the idea behind it. Anything is possible now. And I've never done something like blue or purple or pink, so why not now? I gotta try that at some point in my life, right? My hair's all frizzy. My hair still hasn't fully recovered from the bleaching. It's getting better though. It's not as fried as it was. Getting better. Right, puppers? You know what I could do too? I forgot about this. Here we go. Say bye. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Got my Oculus. Could do some VR. Only problem with the VR though is, look, she doesn't want to be left. Look at her. Trying to get attention still. Look at her. Look at her there. So adorable. So yeah, I wish I could choose different parents sometimes. Let's see how this game works. Oh, you log in with Twitch. Interesting. I could play some Valheim too. Wait. Dead Cells has Twitch integration. Wow, that's interesting. I'm looking at games with good Twitch integration, apparently. Your followers will be able to provide support or hinder progress based on their choices. Warhammer? Huh. Okay, that one's hard. Marbles on stream. I know that one. That one I've seen a lot. Party hard too. What is this? Players, where the player must shut down a neighbor's 3 a.m. apartment rave without being caught. You for sure play, if you, whatever I play as multiplayer. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see if I can switch this, my display capture to this display. Okay. Here we go. This is what I was looking at. Just looking at games with good Twitch integration. Oh, hi. She's right down there. So cute. Contacts? No. My eyes are two different colors. Party hard. This co-op pixel game allows your Twitch audience members to control their own NPC. The goal of influencing the outcome of the party with any means necessary. That's interesting. Viewers get 2 minutes at the start of the game to set up the party by spawning interactive partygoers, traps, and items. These items can either help or hinder the broadcaster. That actually sounds kind of interesting, right? Shard bound. Book of Demons. Streets of Rogue. You can free slaves, turn into a vampire, or go about defeating an evil town mayor. Fight, hack, and sneak your way through a game. Your viewers can then vote for the rewards or disasters you deserve. Fair. Let's see what else we got here. Blah, blah. Co-op duels. Take bets on how you'll die. Ultimate chicken horse. Let me see. If I go here. 1 second. Wait. What is this? Oh, there's another page. Human fall flat. Simulated. Whoa. Immortal Redneck. Alright, this sounds a little funny. Frantic dungeon crawl FPS. Plot. Redneck tourist who wakes up mummified after an inexplicable accident in ancient Egypt. As happens, right? We've all been there. We've all been there. The audience will love to help solve the riddles that come this fast-paced game. The audience will either decide to help or screw you over using the voting system. Human fall flat isn't great. Yeah, that one didn't really stick out to me. That one sounds kind of cool, though, actually. I don't know about that one. Move or Die. Fast-paced party game. Cluster truck. What is set on top of a speeding highway? Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition. Alright, let's see here. That not only broadcasts the... Oh, it's PlayStation 4 only, so it doesn't matter. Simplistic 2D platformer. Fate is in your audience hands as you battle through multiple chambers filled with obstacles, rule changes, and ridiculously funny-looking enemies. Your viewers are able to influence as they play along via chat. Levels of dungeon. You need to own Legend of Dungeon to start streaming. Okay. Fictional reality TV show Killing Room. Your audience has full control over your fate as they vote on rewards or punishment depending on your progress. That sounds... That sounds kind of decent. Let's see this. That's pretty low ratings. Nintendo? What? No. What about Nintendo? Play as a giant troll in one troll army. Let's go with... Let's check out... Let's check this one out real quick. See what kind of ratings this has. 10 out of 10 on Steam. Really? Oh, wow. This one. This one's a possibility. That seems kind of cool. has a 96%. That's good as fuck right there. See the other one. Thanks, pork shoulder man. Let's see the other one that this one I was kind of thinking sounded sort of fun. Party hard too. See what we got here. 81%, that's okay. See what we got here. We got here. Twitch integration is back. It's shinier than ever. Your favorite streamers playing Party Hard 2. Give them a level. Fill with party goers. Set objectives. What's the other one? Stream animals. Just looking at possibilities here. I do have Dead Cells. I have this one already. Played it before. Not in a while, and I don't have my progress saved, but it's not too important. Let's see how this one is. How is this one at the top? It's so obscure, right? What kind of games am I looking for? I don't really know. I was just looking for inspiration, kind of, right? An idea. I had no idea that this was a thing. I play Dead Cells. Shit. Be so rusty though. Here we go. So that was the ideas, I guess. Potential ideas that were there. Unless anyone else has some particularly good ideas for me, I guess. I don't really know. I'm still unsure what I'm gonna do. I may just get in the hot tub, you know? I could play some of these though. Some of these games, they'd be fine to play from the hot tub, right? Because I can do lower quality, like I can't do 3D like hardcore games from there because my laptop won't be able to handle that while streaming. But I am not a fan of Left 4 Dead. It's okay. I don't think I played the second one. I played the first one. I never could get as into it. I know a lot of people were into it, but I preferred like Gears of War more. in Left 4 Dead and Resident Evil 5. I did love that one. The co-op on there, so fun. I'm gonna grab another drink. Or Call of Duty. Been a long time since I played that, though. I mean, gosh, Path of Exile did just come out with a new league, too. I don't want to. I don't think I want to do that, though, this time around. I'm not going to play this league. Huh. Is Fall Guys still a thing? That is still a thing. I've never played it. I don't have it, but I could get it. That is a thing. Do you have a penis or a vagina? I have a vagina. Could get Fall Guys. You know what I did? I reserved my Steam Deck. I don't know if any of you guys did that, but I reserved a Steam Deck. Let's see. Just wanted to be. I kind of want to get one. It seems pretty cool. A Steam Deck does, doesn't it? I've got to add this one to my wish list. I think I'm going to add Party Hard to my wish list too. There we go. Added them. Hey. Strat Studio. Oh, welcome back.
You look so pretty blonde.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Glad you like me blonde. What's a trans female? I mean, that would be a transgender female. Too much for something you can use on your laptop. I mean, I guess I have a good gaming laptop too, but like being able to just lay down on my couch and pull it out and play it, or it's like such a hassle. Every time I go to my friends and I need to bring my gaming laptop, it's like, all right, I've got to pack everything up all in there. It's like definitely a hassle. Even just doing that, it would be nice if I could just bring that. As someone who travels a lot and games a lot with while going over to other people's places and stuff like that, it just be very nice. Plus the stats on it are impressive to me. The level of power, they're definitely losing money on the hardware that they have there, selling at a loss. And that's why I think it's a good buy too. I mean, it's cheaper than my laptop was, but it's comparable, if not maybe even better power. Was I born with different color eyes? Yes, I was. I was born with different color eyes. Hi there, Petroball. No, for real though, what are you? Like a real no? I mean, I'm a trans female. You coincidentally went blonde too. More fun, right? That was my stream title last night, actually. I don't know whether they do, but hey. You really need to know I have a penis. That is, yeah. Why? You guys really focus on that. I had a penis. I no longer. That's what post-op means. Post-op means that has been removed. No longer have a penis. Okay, for real, explain what is a trans female. Like, answer to someone who has no idea that, it means I was born male and then I transitioned to female, and during that process I had my penis removed. It's now a vagina. Snip snip. Yes. That's just a nerf though. How is that a nerf? I can tell you it definitely has not nerfed me in life. It has made my life much better. Like, it has, where it has nerfed me though is like a lot of online stuff or whatnot, because people really fetishize trans females with the penis. They like that, but that's a fantasy, you know? In reality, it doesn't actually work that way. People, sadly, a lot of people are not able to accept you as female unless you do have a vagina. Did I take the hormone stuff? Yeah. How much for a snip? It's a lot. Very expensive. My hospital bills were like over 100,000 in total. That was what the hospital paid or tried to charge though, not what my insurance ended up actually paying them on that. But yeah, very expensive. What does nerf mean? To like lower in power. That's what nerf means. It's a gaming term. Like if a character is overpowered in a game, the devs will nerf it. Make it more balanced. And people get hot about female with a penis. Yeah, they do. They do. There's a lot of people out there like that. Where'd I get that money? Well, my insurance paid it. Thankfully. Because I had a lot saved. in preparation for the surgery, I was working 70 hours a week. That was my entire life, was just consumed by working and saving money for surgery. And I did have to end up paying, like, not only did I have to take a long time off work, I paid at least $5,000 out of my own pocket for it, but insurance covered the rest. How does my voice sound so feminine? It takes a lot of practice. That is all practice and work. Lots and lots of training. Gabby, no, it's okay. Like, this is good. This is why I like streaming. You know? More than happy to inform people on this stuff. So you only get hot from men with penis. So yeah, they gotta be men with penis. Girls, that's fair. That's fair. What was the first overpowered character in WoW? Play poker now. Probably Warrior. Fucking early Warrior, Mortal Strike. That Mortal Strike. OP. Pallies were pretty overpowered too, though. Thanks, guys. Strat Studio and LGBTM. Can anyone fill me in on why she was banned? Oh, thanks, Killer Quay. Yeah. Now you... Thanks, guys. Now I'm broke? No, I'm not broke. That's why I'm streaming. That's why I decided to try streaming and do all this stuff that I have been doing. It's because I had so much money saved. And that gave me the freedom to try something like this rather than taking the job I had planned on taking, the safe route. I decided to take a risk. Go for this sort of thing. Any advice for someone that is starting the transition process? I mean, it's hard to give very general advice like that, but if I was going to give like super general advice to someone trans, is you are going to be way more in your head and critical of things than anyone else is ever gonna be. Like, every little change I did, like started painting my nails, or it was like I wore, like, you know, girls' jeans or girls' shoes or whatever, and I had all these ideas in my head that they were like such big changes, like, oh, everyone's gonna notice all this. No one fucking noticed. No one cared. People are very self-absorbed, and they do not notice much. So that would be my advice, is just realize how self-absorbed people are and try not to worry about it too much, because you're gonna think about it, overthink it way more than anyone else is. Alright, did I get bullied? Nah, not really. I never really got bullied. I mean, like, not for being trans, because, I mean, I got bullied I came out to my parents when I was 14, and I got bullied by my dad. He was physically and emotionally abusive towards me for being trans, so I never told anyone about it until college. And by then, I didn't get bullied for being trans. Warrior, Pally, DK are broken as hell. Well, DK wasn't even around, though. an original WoW, because he or she, I can't remember who asked, was asking the original overpowered in WoW, right? Pallies were way overpowered. Yes, they were. It made Alliance have so much of an advantage over Horde, because Pallies with being able to buff the entire raid with like Blessing of Kings and stuff, so much better than totems. How much to hear your old voice? All right, you want to hear my old voice? I don't know. I'll do it. I have it on a video. I don't know how well I'll be able to do it, but I'll do that for you. I'm not going to do it for free, though. It would have to be a pretty sizable donation from someone who wanted me to do it live without having any practice to try and get it, because I had to practice to make that video because I am not good at doing my old voice at all. This is way more adventurous than a straight job. Good for you. Yep. That's I had a safe job to take, programming job. Could have I have always kind of wanted to be a game developer and stuff, but the job I was going to take wasn't in that realm, and it would have been a lot of work, a big commitment, and boring, like working for large corporations on coding and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, but streaming as a possibility opened up for me, and I decided to go for it. If you decide to transition, it's definitely going to turn your life upside down. It's far from easy. That's right, Gabby, it is. You think I seem nice? Thanks, Grey Ghost. You don't like bullies? That's cool, you can code. I mean, yeah, it's sadly pretty stereotypical, right? The fucking trans coder. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Queen of Battle. Thank you, Queen of Battle. I appreciate that. To Cylinder Cop. Why Cylinder? Thank you. Won't have audio for long, but you're here to check on you, Lurk, and show love. Thank you, Ashlyn. How are you, and how's your... It's been pretty good. I did my interview thing earlier, and now I'm doing this. I should probably change my stream title, huh? Here we go. There we go. Would I ever do traveling or exterior streams? Yes, before I started hot tub streaming, right before I did do one of those. I did a RL stream up. I live right by a really cool area in Boise, and I went up there in the foothills of Boise, and there's a lot of cool stuff up there, because you can see like all of Boise from up there. There's a really big hill and stuff. See all of downtown and all that. So I did do that. The only problem was my internet cutting out. Not great reception up there. But yeah, anyone else has any questions? How was my day? I mean, it's been a day. We'll see. We'll see how my day is. Takes nothing too crazy yet. You know, we'll see how it goes. Foothills of Boise sounds nice. They are pretty nice up there. I like Boise. It's a good town. I've been considering moving though. Prices here have just skyrocketed. They've gone out of control, and been considering moving. This is like the next Portland or the next Denver. You know, it's everyone's moving here, and they increased my rent. I have to decide what to do. They increased my rent by almost 50%. 50% bump in my rent where I'm living. I've lived here at the same place for like 7 years. They're trying to bump it by 50%. So, things have gotten crazier. Positivity is how you do it. Positivity. The transphobes were mad because they didn't read your title until after they played with themselves when you were hot tub streaming. I mean, yeah. That definitely happened a lot. Um, 50% increase? No, wait, yeah, no. 50% increase. I'm like, at this point, why not move to a bigger area? Because my prices here now are not that far off from like LA or something like that. It's like, well, I was looking into LA. I was considering Reno, which is also, Reno and Boise are about the same prices now. And yeah, somewhere in California, maybe. If it wasn't for the pandemic and everything going on, I would consider more looking outside of the US, but still complicated with that. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet either. That would be really big. I would have to really limit what I could take with me, and there'd be problems there. So, thinking about it. It's a mood. I hope it goes well and you are... Oh my... The rent hike is even allowed to be a thing. You know how stressful that can be. Yeah, no, it's been hard because it feels like everything has happened at once. You know, I got like this ban, I had all my plans taken away, derailed it, and meanwhile I had to like decide on all this. I had my boyfriend moved away, guy I was dating, he ended things, and yeah, everything just all kind of happened at once there. So been just trying to figure it out. You're a fabricator. You build new dump trucks and do custom mods. So it can be overwhelming. Reno is nice, but it's getting more expensive. Yeah, it is. But so is everywhere, and they haven't been getting as much more expensive as it has been here. That was always one of the biggest incentives to stay here, is that it was cheaper than everywhere else. You get kind of the somewhat like big city experience, nice area, without it being insanely overpriced. But now it's like catching up to everywhere else and all at once. So now it's like I don't really have that much reason to stay here outside of the people I know and my friends. I don't really have a huge reason beyond that, though. There's many fish in the sea. I mean, yeah. I'm not too worried about it. Just a hard thing to go through. That came out of nowhere. I've never had a relationship end because of distance either before. Just kind of different, hard, new experience. I know it can be hard. Thanks, Ashlyn. I'll be alright. Like, I am. The way I look at it, no matter what, everything is so much better than it used to be for me. If I can make it through all the shit I've already been through, this is no problem by comparison, right? Just regular, normal people life shit, you know? At least I don't have to deal with transitioning or anything that comes along with that anymore. So it's all very manageable by comparison. That deliberation, you're in a similar place, and there's so much to consider. Yeah. Sorry if this comes off as weird, but you're gorgeous. Thank you. Colorful Wendigo. You have heterochromia. No, I do. Heterochromia. One brown, one green. Rents are 15% cheaper in nice areas of Texas. I've considered Texas. My parents lived in Houston for a while, and so I'd visit Houston every year. I liked Houston. I've heard good things about Dallas too, but I don't think I would live anywhere else in Texas beyond those two places, because I know Texas is like its own whole little fucking country, right? You know, there's some great places in Texas, and there's a lot of fucked up places, really ass backward ones too. So no problem. TGA ton Twitch. Thanks for coming by. You're fascinated by heterochromia. I think it's such a gorgeous trait. I think it's pretty awesome too. Agreed. I always felt lucky that I had 2 different color eyes. Nice. My friend just texted me about him. I asked her about when she wanted to come on for my hot tub stream. Join me on there. She was just saying she needs to, she said, you talk to my husband and think about it some more. We'll see. Austin, Texas is great. Maybe I am thinking of Austin rather than Dallas, but yeah. Or no, I'm thinking of Dallas, but Austin is... Yeah, Austin. Those 3 places, I think, are the ones I've heard decent things about. Houston, I know, was the first major city in the United States to elect a lesbian mayor. Because Houston is not small. They're the 4th largest in the U.S., you know? It goes New York, L.A., Chicago, Houston. Where does it go? New York, Chicago. But New York, L.A., I think it's L.A., then Chicago, then Houston. So, big city to elect a lesbian mayor. The biggest. So, what do you guys think? Should I move it to the hot tub? What should I do? Well, I'm asking for feedback, you know? Asking for feedback from people. What their opinions are. You know, I can do a poll of people who are here. What would you guys prefer? I honestly want to know the truth. Don't try and say what you think I want to do or something like that. I want to know where people would prefer to see me, because it's like one of those things, like if you just lie to people, you aren't really helping them, right? I believe in honesty, you know. So give me some real information here about what you guys think, where you would most like to see me, what you'd most like to see me doing, because that's what's really gonna help me succeed. If you're just telling me other things, you know, that aren't true, then you're not really helping me. Let's see. What would you like me to do? Here we go. Let's see. Let's just see. I'm leaning towards hot tub, getting in there. But if people really want something else, I could be convinced of that, I suppose. But yeah, threw it out there. Threw it out there. It's about the leftist community collaboration thing, is there? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Scene Maker. You should do a hot tub, and I'll join you for one, but I have one stipulation. Donut Duck will be there. Hot tub drinkies and tunes. Sounds like a nice evening. It's fair. I feel like it would too, right? Wait, what am I I'm checking. Oh yeah, the Discord. Wait, did you already created one for that? Okay, let me see. Let me see what this says. Oh wow. This is way more than. Damn, you really got after it, Prime. I'm glad thank you for being one of my viewers, because damn, yeah, you're really getting after it there. That is way, way bigger than I was thinking of everything, but you know, I'm down. I'm down to go bigger with it. Go for, you know, funding through Kickstarter or whatever, that kind of stuff. Sure. We could go big and try and make it something. Because I'm trying to think, there's not really anything like that on Twitch that I'm aware of, right? Like a community like that, a more politicized full community on Twitch, right? And that's probably in part because Twitch is evolving, right? It was, you know, a gaming platform, or well before that it was, you know, an illegally streaming platform, and it's changed over time, and now it's gotten much broader, and so sort of a newer thing here, and I think there isn't really one developed like that yet, but I think it's a good idea. In the ideal world, I wouldn't do it on Twitch since I don't trust their moderation. Yeah, that's not that. Yeah, that doesn't really work that way though, right? It's awesome. You guys, both of you guys have the tier 2 badge. That's awesome. Just noticing the differences. They got the little stars on them. I need to upgrade. I'm gonna have to upload my 3-month badge because I don't have it yet. I've got it saved. I haven't made the different versions of it and uploaded it yet. But yeah, you're so brave. I totally respect that. Thank you, Gregos. All right, so it's looking like it's gonna be the hot tub tonight, which I am totally fine with doing. Totes fine with. It'll be. Let's make it a good one though, right? People definitely prefer the hot tub, huh? You guys like the hot tub. Mind if I ask, when did you decide to transition to? Well, it's Thanks, Gregos. I started, okay, so I felt like I was female from a very young age. I just didn't recognize it as such because I didn't know that trans people existed. Basically, that was the thing. I rationalized it by thinking everyone wants to be a girl. Just don't talk about it. Then at 13 is when I realized beyond any doubt that I was very different than all my male friends, and the things I was feeling was not like them. So I had to look it up on the internet and realize what trans was, and that's when I knew what had to be done. That there was no choice, because all the feelings I had were never going to go away. And so yeah, that is when I made the decision. At 13 was, I have to transition. I had to wait because things didn't pan out for me like I wish they would have, but that is when I knew. So, okay. This means I'm gonna have to transfer over. I probably need to eat something really quick too. I'll be quick. I'll just have some tuna, I think, or something. I got something I can eat here. So I'll do that, and then I'll hop over into the hot tub, pretty much ready to go. So, you know, I'll just get on there, and thanks for saying. Really glad you can be yourself. My best friends didn't realize till he was late 30s. Yeah, it can take a while, for sure. And a lot of that has to do with how little information, like honest information, there is out there for people. I mean, I had no, as a kid, I had no idea trans people existed. I knew nothing of it. It would have made things a lot clearer for me when I was a kid if I had known that was a thing. I didn't though, so it just left me confused in general until I did come across the information. But yeah. Does anyone in Canada be willing to sponsor you? You could get a job. I don't think I could never live in Canada. Too cold. That's part of my requirements too. Boise is pretty temperate. Still too cold for me if I'm moving anywhere. Gotta be warm. I hate the cold. I like Canada. Like, if Canada was warm somehow, I would be there in an instant. There's a lot I like about Canada, but damn, I can't handle the cold, and neither can my dog. She cannot. She can't handle it. Poor little Zinny. Cannot handle the cold. Tuna, really? I eat tuna Sammys 3 to 4 times a week? Yeah. I was just gonna have some tuna and crackers real quick. Easy. Maybe better you didn't when you were young because you're an idiot. Cold but relatively safe, yeah. It's true. Really sorry to hear that. I'm glad you get to be you now. Though at least not to dismiss the suffering beforehand. Yeah. No, my life is good now. I got nothing to naysay on or whatever, really. There's issues, but my issues now are at least like the problems every person has, right? They're not the trans issues so much anymore. They're more just everyday issues that everyone has to deal with, which is a nice change. next 15 years is projected that from US to the West, we will have no water. You think so? We could probably, if that was the case though, we could, oh, sorry, us, and in Utah, Idaho, well, we can already desalinate water, right? So if we needed to, we could just invest more in, you know, invest in that process and make it more efficient, do it large scale. I'm not really one. A lot of people, like, obviously I believe in global warming. Obviously I believe in things need to change, but what I don't believe in is like doomsaying. That sort of stuff, because we have all the technology. We have everything to solve every problem there is in the world. There's not a single person that needs to go to bed hungry or sad or homeless or anything, and there's not a single like worry that we need to have about the environment. Like, we are totally capable of being carbon neutral, solving all this stuff. The tech is all there. We can solve absolutely everything. Just a matter of getting people on board. And that's why I'd rather have faith in humanity and people, and believe that when it comes down to it, when it's do or die, people are going to come on board and we will fix shit. So, yeah, I don't doomsay and believe it's all going to end. There's no hope. It's irreversible. There's nothing we can do. There's going to be no water here. There's going to be, these areas are going to be flooded, all that stuff. I think when it comes down to it, people, all the greedy assholes are going to either get silenced or shut the fuck up, because it's going to be a real talk in time for things where there's like no time left, no choices. And so we'll see. I believe people will come around. You need to be desalinated. You're salty as fuck. Yeah. Alright. Yep, I am gonna hop on there. So, yeah. I will be on there, guys, if you want to watch me. I'm gonna hop over there. I'm gonna eat some tuna real quick. I'll be on as soon as I can. On there. So, I hope you'll join me, since that is what was voted on, and I'm down to do that. So, see you soon, guys, on the hot tub side. Bye.